grand piece to incorporate in your home. It's an 8-inch sleigh with the woodland scene, part of the Heartwood Creek Collection. This is magnificent. And I love that you've got your touch of reindeer, a very winter design. There is so much detail. I picture you going to the mailbox, opening up your Christmas cards, placing them then in this beautiful sleigh, right on the counter or right in the entryway. I picture all the candy canes sitting right inside, and when the grandkids come over, or maybe you play charades as a family game and you put all the things inside that everybody's drawing, and that's family game night, right?
If you want to use this as a centerpiece, you know, and you could put ornaments in here.
Completely.
Or you could put a sisal tree in here.
Yeah, faux candles inside would be beautiful.
Put a column candle in here or something like that.
This is gorgeous. It's the only order of the entire year for our 8-inch sleigh. It's 13 inches long, 13 and a half inches. 8 inches is the height. So I mean, if you see kind of our hands next to it, it's substantial and absolutely beautiful. All done in that beautiful resin that looks like hand-carved wood, inspired from Jim's original pieces. There's a lot of detail in this one.
Yeah,
it takes us to this like winter wonderland.
I like using this buffalo plaid. I think it's nice. And then all those, those are real little bells, you know.
So fun. You know, every grandkid in the house is going to come up and.
Well, it makes it interesting to add a little something like that, a little touch like that. Adds a little bling to it for one thing, but the movement that it creates, you know, is kind of nice too, you know. And the inside of this, as you can see,
is beautiful.
Is covered with monochromatic use of my rosemaling inspired designs. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I got a little bit of it on the outside, you know, outside too. And then the contrast of the lines of the piece, along with this sort of almost Victorian curl that you see at the bottom, is I just think it's visually, I think it's balanced very well.
It is.
And I always try to do that, you know. I mean, I look at every piece I do, and I sort of remove from my thinking, okay, this is a sleigh. I want to think, okay, this is a piece of artwork. Does it have the balance, and does it have the composition, and does everything like that? And then, as you're showing the little scene that goes around it, that is a little another thing that sort of, you know, is a storytelling element of a piece like this. But I love the idea that you were talking about putting candy in it, or you could put trail mix, you know, like trail mix in it, or potpourri.
Oh, sure.
As long as you don't mix the two, you know.
Fair, yeah, you know, that would be a mishap.
Because potpourri is high fiber, but it's not.
We do need fiber, but not potpourri.
Exactly. But
you're right. Or if you get those little, my kids always love the little Hershey Kisses and the Christmas colors this time of year. You pop them inside. You could even throw in some micro fairy lights and pine cones.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you pick up treasures from walks this time of year. It could even be, if you live in the South, it could be your shell collection.
Yeah, put some glitter on it, you know. And then what Jan does, she'll put something like this either like on the mantle or in the middle of the dining table.
Yeah.
And then she will stretch that design out by adding some of my other pieces.
Yeah.
I mean,
look.
You know, the gnome goes just fine with that, you know.
You know what also would look nice? The angel, because you have the sweet deer,
all of those
and then you
pieces,
have the mom and the dad.
Exactly.
On the other side, you see the whimsical forest, then it goes to the cabin,
then
and then you see the deer.
You add greenery, you add
and that's your
snow.
Centerpiece.
Yeah, and it'll stretch out. It could stretch out the whole thing.
Oh, sorry. If you're a Jim Shore collector, that build your centerpiece with all your Jim Shore. Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. Look at this.
There we go.
Because then you have, and can I flip it so we can see the deer?
Yes.
Yes. See, look.
Yeah, there you go.
Because then you also have the deer on there, and then your little sweet gnome maybe gets tucked down here with some greenery.
Or maybe he's
and
driving.
The buffalo check. Oh, that would be a little wild.
Actually, you could put one of the Santas in here.
You totally could.
Perfect, you know?
I mean, the gnomes, sometimes they're a little mischievous, so maybe they took over Santa's sleigh while he's busy at the workshop.
Yeah.
He's kind of busy this time of year, like you.
Yeah, you know, Santa and I have a very warm relationship, you know, because we play off of each other all the time.
I believe it. This one is really special price. I mean, it's on sale. It's under $100. Really gorgeous, substantial piece. It's 13 and a half inches, and then you do have just over 8 inches in height, and that's all the way at the peak of that sleigh.
Another thing too is I love the coloration of this. You know, you know, you talk about red and green. Well, we have some really strong red color in this, and then the trim at the top as decorative and heavy. It's got, it's got mass to it.
Yeah.
And that's intentional, for the visual aspects of it. But it's in this kind of a gray-green, this very beautiful, soft green that I just love. I like to take all of my coloration on something like this, and I tone it down with a little bit in the paint with a little bit of ochre. That makes it earthy. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And so that's what I do. And then the runner itself, it shows up as being, kind of whitish, but it's actually sort of a very, very mild dove gray with just a hint of green to coordinate with the top. And I think I did pretty good on that.
You did.
Yeah.
No, I love when you take us through each of the details because your color palettes are always so beautiful. I never know how to get the color. You do. We leave it to the artist. Over 100 spoken for. This will be that piece that you get so excited. I think about all of our bins in our basement that are stacked up with all of our Christmas decorations, and it's like you almost go looking for the first bin to unpack because it's going to have this sleigh in it. Because you want to pull this out first for the season because it's such a special piece.
Yeah, this is one of those
pieces
pieces
that grandkids play with it too.
Yeah, it'll always be part of the Christmas tradition.
Yes.
In the house. This is just one of those pieces, and we have some pieces like that at our house, things that I've done, many years ago that it just becomes, it's not Christmas unless those pieces are out.
Right. It doesn't feel like it's quite right. You could also put inside too, maybe you do a little hot cocoa bar, you put all the hot cocoa packets right inside, and you have all your holiday mugs. You're going to have so much fun
with
this.
It's just so usable.
Yes.
It's beautiful, but it's a piece that you can actually do something with.
It's all resin.
Yeah.
I think about you, one of my sweet producers, Carly, she's getting married this year, and maybe she's got relatives or you have someone in your family who's getting married, and they're building up their very first holiday decor pieces. Something like this could be beautiful for their first Christmas, or if they have a wedding coming up as well. You could even fill it with treasures or well wishes or prayers inside and then give it to them. Under $100, already been very popular in our show. It's H473232. Also the only order of the year. So a lot of the new pieces we brought in, only order of the year.